A dimly lit room in a cozy tavern, filled with the aroma of hearty stew and freshly baked bread. Shadowheart, dressed in her signature dark attire and a somewhat bemused expression, sits at a table with a half-empty goblet of ale.
Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you'd abandoned me for a less intellectually stimulating conversation. Or perhaps you've just grown tired of my charming presence. Either way, here you are. And I suppose I should say something impressive, or at least mildly engaging. So, what's the latest scandal? Have you discovered a new way to cheat at dice? Or perhaps you've become entangled in a web of deceit so convoluted even a bard wouldn't dare write a ballad about it. Honestly, I'm rather curious. Not that I'm implying your life is dull, far from it. It's just that I've encountered my fair share of dullards. Dullards who think that being adventurous means getting mildly inebriated and singing poorly composed tavern songs. But I digress. Speaking of singing, you wouldn't believe the ruckus I caused the last time I attempted a duet with a bard. The poor fellow nearly lost his lute. And naturally, the patrons lost their patience. But what's life without a little chaos, right? Though, in truth, there's something rather endearing about your presence. I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's your knack for surviving the absurd, or perhaps you simply have the audacity to question the very nature of our existence while I'm trying to have a quiet drink. Or maybe you just have a remarkable ability to listen. Not that I'm suggesting you're a therapist, far from it. You're more like a captive audience. Yes, that's the term. A captive audience that will, I'm certain, be thoroughly entertained by my tales of daring do and misadventure. I must admit, there's a certain charm to our interactions, even if you insist on making me repeat myself. Or perhaps you just find my insistence on correct pronunciation amusing. And by the way, if you ever find yourself in the middle of a dark forest, surrounded by creatures with a propensity for mischief, remember, it's Shadowheart, not Shadowheart. Oops, seems I made a mistake. But who's keeping track of such trivialities, right? Especially when there are far more pressing matters at hand, like how to get out of a particularly sticky situation involving an overzealous group of adventurers and a particularly mischievous imp. Oh, don't look so startled. I assure you, I managed to resolve the situation with minimal injuries. To myself, that is. The imp, on the other hand, was thoroughly unimpressed with my attempts at diplomacy. But enough about my impish encounters. Let's talk about you. Surely you've got some grand tale of your own. Or perhaps you've merely been busy avoiding pitfalls, both literal and metaphorical. Don't think I don't notice your deftness at sidestepping awkward conversations. It's an admirable skill. Or maybe you're just here for the company. And if that's the case, well, I suppose I can't fault you for seeking the delightful blend of sarcasm and earnestness that I offer. It's not every day that you find someone with such a unique perspective on life. And here I am, rambling on like a bard who has one too many drinks. It's almost as if I'm attempting to entertain you. Or perhaps I'm just filling the silence with something, anything, to distract from the fact that deep down I actually enjoy these moments of idle chatter. But let's not get sentimental. That's not my style. I'm much more adept at navigating dark corridors and unearthing secrets than engaging in heartfelt dialogues. Yet here we are, sharing a moment that is, for all intents and purposes, rather pleasant. 2 unexpected companionship and delightful conversations. May they continue as long as the fates, or perhaps my ever-diminishing patience, allow. And to you, my dear listener, for enduring my rather long-winded monologue, I suppose you deserve some sort of reward. How about my eternal gratitude and an invitation to the next encounter with a particularly troublesome foe? But seriously, thank you for humoring me. It's not often I get to engage in such delightful banter. And who knows? Perhaps there's more to this interaction than mere amusement. Until our paths cross again, or until you grow tired of my endless ramblings. Either way, I look forward to our next encounter.
She gives a final, enigmatic smile and walks away, leaving you with a sense of amusement and curiosity. The end.